We've been doing business with Vivint Solar since the summer of 2015 when we signed a contract with them. And looking back on it, I think we should not have signed the contract. We actually didn't do the proper research that someone should do before signing that. And we actually thought that our neighbor across the street had bought his panels from Vivint and was raving about the solar company he bought from. So we sort of went on his recommendation and bought the panels. But subsequently, we found out he did not, in fact, buy his panels from Vivint. And it seemed as if the salespeople who were going around the neighborhood were inferring that people bought from them when actually they didn't.
Yeah, this is just one part of where I think we were misled. You know, the recommendations are describing how neighbors were happy with the company. What's not true. They told us how much money we were going to be spending, which is true for about 2 years, which is not a great thing, and talked about how this would increase the value of our house, which, upon further investigation, is not true. So in effect, the salespeople misled us.
Yeah. So then the other thing that happened in the sales process was we were not informed that in the wintertime in Massachusetts we have snow, that when the snow comes down off of the roof, it cascades in a very large avalanche that could knock someone down, kill someone, kill a pet. And these solar panels are placed right above our front entrance to our house. So, and you cannot predict when the snow is going to melt and the avalanche will come. So we found out the following winter, when the panels were up, would be the winter of 2015, 2016, that there were these huge crashes and avalanches of snow coming off our roof periodically. It also damaged our shrubs, which is not as important as hurting people. Fortunately, no people got hurt. So we contacted the company, and this was our first experience to deal with Fleet Performance in Utah, which is where Vivint's executive offices are in Lehi, Utah. And we have found every time we have called someone in Utah, and I cannot tell you how many times we've called them over the past couple of years, could be 50 to 100 times we've had to make phone calls about different things. We wait on hold for a very long time, and then we talk to people who don't know what they're doing. They are clearly not informed. They are polite to us, but they are not informed, and they get lots of information wrong, and they don't know how to explain anything to us. So basically, we got the runaround, talking to many people. We sent all kinds of emails to many people at Vivint, trying to get this situation resolved with this avalanche of snow. We were trying to get them to put snow guards on the bottom of our panels, which releases the snow slowly and gradually so it doesn't hurt someone. And so basically, they told us that we could not put the snow guards on ourselves because we were not allowed to touch the panels because they owned the panels. They said they were not going to put snow guards on, and they said that we were responsible for any liability if anyone were injured from the snowfall. So we thought this was an incredibly ridiculous situation. I think since then they now do allow people to buy snow guards from them. I think they do that now, but they did not do that during the winter of 2015-16. We eventually did pay about $500, bought our own snow guards. Someone, without telling us he was coming, someone showed up from Vivint at our front door with one measly snow guard to put at the bottom set of panels. I think somebody felt bad for us in Massachusetts and found one snow guard, and he came. And so I said, hey, we bought these snow guards, they're in our basement, would you put the ones on that we bought? And he said yes, and he put them on. So that was the first problem. And then the second problem is we are building an addition on our house currently, which meant that since our roof was being redone, they would need to remove 8 of the panels for us to have the roof redone. So we contacted them way back in February of 2017 saying we have this upcoming construction happening. What should we do? How do we go about doing this? We know we have to pay you $500 to remove these panels. Nobody knew how to tell us what was going to happen. Somebody at Utah should have been able to say, this is the first step, this is what you do next, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens, and this is how we do it.
And by the way, they did ask us to send the drawings in, which we did.
Architectural drawings.
And they lost them.
Yeah. But I mean, you're not even going to hear all the bad things that happen. There's so many more we can't tell you because we talked to you for 3 hours. So anyway, when it finally came time for the roofer to come, the roofer who needed to do the roofing, we were just about to go on vacation, and we are trying to contact Vivint to get a date for them to come and take these panels off. And they said, well, we can't schedule a date till you pay $500. And we said, well, you never sent us the invoice. You told us you were going to send it to us a month or two ago. Okay, we'll send you the invoice. Then we have to wait for the invoice. Then we have to call up the payment department, wait 1 hour, I'm not exaggerating, to speak to someone, to pay them with a credit card. Then we call up the scheduling office. Now can we have the panels removed? Oh no, you have to pay a $250 fee for a redesign because you're building an addition. Well, why didn't you tell us that before? Oh, and we have to send you an invoice. And then I said, and then we have to call this payment department again? Oh yeah. So we wait for the invoice. Then we have to call the payment department, wait an hour again. Then we call up to schedule the removal. Oh, we're pretty busy. I don't know when we can get out there. Well, our roofers are coming in, a week and a half. You need to get these off the roof. So we had a terrible time getting them off the roof. And then still, let's see, we paid them in July, the $250 for the redesign. We have not gotten it yet. We had our roof redone within 6 days of them removing the panels, which meant they could conceivably have put the panels back up 6 days after we had them removed. That was August 2nd they were removed, and they were ready to go back, according to our roof, by August 8th. We still do not have a redesign from them. I put a complaint into the Better Business Bureau of Utah. That got a little bit of attention from Vivint, a person named Michelle Torres, who's in executive complaints. She has not kept in touch with us as well as she said that she would. She also has not really offered us any of the compensation that we have asked for. She might be giving us snow guards for the remaining panels that are at the rear of the house for free, but I think that's all that she may compensate us for. So we said, we will buy the system from you for $12,000. She said, no, you have to pay us $19,000. We said, that's too high. We won't buy them for that. We also requested to be reimbursed for money that we paid for the snow guards, for the horrible customer service, the terrible emotional anxiety and anger we've gone through for 6 months now at least. She wouldn't compensate us monetarily for that. The only thing she said she might do is give us these snow guards for the remaining panels that are on the other roof of the house. And so we also talked to our building inspector in our city here to let him know about the dangers of these snow avalanches. He was unaware. So I think that there's many building inspectors in towns and cities who are unaware of these dangers of snow avalanches. I am a great believer in green energy, and I don't want to steer people away from solar energy, but I think it should be safe, and I think that companies should treat customers well, give them good customer service, and treat them with respect. So the new thing that happened yesterday is we just heard from someone named Josh. He left a voicemail for us from Vivint, and he said they have our redesign done. We still don't know what it is. They haven't sent us any drawings. And he said, by the way, you owe us $1,500 because you're not going to produce as much electricity now. And my husband and I both said to each other, what? Are you kidding? We have more roof space, and our new roof is south-facing versus west-facing, which in my mind would produce more solar energy. So we suspect that either the trees that the city owns outside on the sidewalk near our house have grown in the past 2.5 years, and therefore there's less sun on our roof, or they have a different person who did the solar survey and came up with different results than the one who originally did it, or again, they're doing something purposefully to screw us over. I'm not sure what the issue is, but we have no intent of paying this $1,500. And we're sort of in a situation now where we're even saying to each other, maybe we will just let them ruin our credit because we've signed a contract for them. Unbelievably, we have 18 more years that we're supposed to deal with these people. It's a 20-year contract. My husband's going to be very elderly then, and I'm going to be elderly. I don't think we're going to have the energy to deal with them. So we're toying with the idea of possibly letting them ruin our credit and put a lien on our property and just not allow them to put the solar panels on our house. We also have contacted the Attorney General of Massachusetts. We had contacted that office this morning. And just one more thing, and this is very long. Over the period of the past couple years, different contractors who work for Vivint Solar, who live in Massachusetts, have come to our house to do things like remove panels, put panels on, fix things. And some of them have said, I don't know why they put this solar array on your house. You really do not get enough sun here. And it was one or two people's beliefs that a lot of these salespeople kind of push putting solar panels on someone's house so they can make a commission, even though there really isn't enough solar power energy on that house to, really have an array put on there. And we did have a problem when they came, I forgot to tell you, when they came in August to remove panels from our house for this construction. We have panels on two different roofs. One is east facing, there were 11 panels on it. The other one was west facing, and there were 8 panels on it. We gave them a very specific work order when panel removal came. Remove only the 8 panels on the west facing side of the house next to the construction. Do not remove the 11 panels on the front of the house. What did they do? They showed up that day and removed all of our panels and took our snow guards that we bought with the panels. We don't know where our panels are or our snow guards are. They're probably in a warehouse right now somewhere in Massachusetts.